My name's Ryan, I'm with Frost Incorporated, and I'm going to show you how to mount our 50-gallon UTV sprayer to the back of a UTV. First thing you'll notice when you get your sprayer, there's three distinct parts. There's the sprayer, the tank on the tank frame with the pump assembly on it. Second, our T-posts. Our T-posts are going to slide into our tank frame. And thirdly, we have our spray bar. This is our 30-foot boomless bar. It stays within the confines of your machine. So when you're running through the trails, you don't have to worry about getting snagged up on fence posts or tree limbs, anything like that. We're going to go ahead and set that right on top of our T-post. After everything is loosely put in, we're going to go ahead and slide our unit back towards, the goal is to get the weight up towards the headboard of your machine. Nice and centered up. Okay, after you get it where you'd like to, again, we're trying to keep the weight over the wheels as close to the headboard as we can. We're going to take a 3/4 inch box end wrench and tighten the jam nuts up on our T-post. After our T-posts are secure, we'll take a 1/2 inch box end wrench and we'll tighten the U-bolts up on our spray bar. We'll tighten them to the T-post so everything stays nice and secure. After we have our bar secured to our T-post, we'll go ahead and we're just going to strap this unit to our machine. Our machine today is a Polaris Ranger. It does have the D-rings in it that we can use to strap to. We're just going to use an ordinary ratchet strap. And hook onto the D-rings. And now our unit is securely fastened into the bed of our machine. The T-post prohibit it from sliding any further forward. The ratchet strap is going to prohibit it from sliding out the back. Now we can take a look at our pump assembly here. Up top we have our inline filter. It's not inside the tank, not underneath the tank. Very easy to get to. From there we go into our pump. The pump is a serviceable pump. It's putting out more gallons per minute than what the spray bars are using. So from there we go to our pressure regulator. Pressure regulator has a gauge that you can see from inside the machine. Lets you know what your spray pressure is. Fully adjustable via the red dial. After this regulator, we have a bypass tube that goes back to the tank, so any of the unused material going through the pump, whether you're spraying with the spray bar or the spray wand, will go back to tank. Then we have our ball valve to choose between the spray bar or the spray wand. So we're going to go ahead and hook up our spray bar to the ball valve. There's a fly nut fitting, so there's no O-ring there. You don't have to Teflon tape. It screws in, self-seals. After we hook up our spray bar, we're going to go ahead and hook up the spray wand. All spray wands come with 20 feet of hose, and the spray wand comes with an adjustable tip, so go from stream to a cone pattern. We're going to go ahead and just set the spray wand in the back here. The spray wand will hook up to the back side of the ball valve, again with the same fly nut fitting. Go ahead and just screw it on so it's tight. And now your spray wand's on. To choose between the spray wand or the spray bar, simply just turning on the ball valve, the arrow will indicate which direction flow will be going. After we have the spray wand and the spray bar attached, we'll go ahead and attach our nozzles to the spray bar. With the boomless bar, you're going to have 3 nozzles, 2 on the exterior side of things, and 1 in the center to cover in between. And it comes with the filter that will protect the orifices of the spray nozzle. The filter will help maintain a consistent pattern. We'll set the filter inside. It will center itself up. These are 1/4 turn nozzles. We're going to set them onto the spray body and give it 1/4 of a turn. Now for doing the XT nozzles on the exterior two, they will need to be adjusted straight up and down. They do not come that way from the factory. So this is where a pattern comes out of the spray nozzle. You'll see kind of a somewhat of an H style shape. We want that to be perfectly vertical up and down. These are also 1/4 turn on, 1/4 turn off. So in placing it on, give it a turn, tighten it on. Now that we have our sprayer mounted, secured to the machine, spray bar is on, secured, our tips are on, all the plumbing is intact. The next thing to do is to get power to the sprayer. Now when going to hook up power, we have an 8-foot lead that comes off the back of a remote box on the back side of the sprayer. We have a quick connect end. Some machines have a plug-in that you can plug directly into to get your power off. Just make sure the colors do line up. Red to red, black to black. Our machine does not have that, so today we're going to use the supplied alligator clips and fasten directly to the battery. Go ahead and plug into our lead from the sprayer. I'm going to go ahead and put the alligator clips directly to the battery. Now after you have your sprayer installed and power hooked up, it's a good idea to give it a shot with just straight water in the tank first. We're going to go ahead, use a remote control to turn on the pump. You can turn off passenger side by screwing the green knob shut, which is prohibiting the check valve from opening. So now we're just spraying the center and the driver's side. We can also turn off the driver's side by turning the knob. Now we're just spraying center. One thing to remember when we do shut off each side or turn on each side, we got to adjust pressure for more volume or less volume going out. So in order to adjust pressure, we're going to turn the sprayer on, and if we turn to the left, we zero out. Turn to the right, we can then adjust our pressure to our desired spray. With our current tips, our desired spray is about 28 psi, right in that general area. You'll see if we shut one off, our pressure then spikes up to about 40. We want to turn it back down to 30. They're just below 30 at 28 psi. That is how we set our pressure. Each tip will have its own pressure setting, depending on how many gallons per acre you need to apply, and also for your rate of travel. Good thing to remember before any spraying is to check your filter. In order to do so, very simple, we'll unscrew the cap. You're going to notice that there's an O-ring in that cap. Very important that we keep that O-ring in there. We'll set that down. We'll pull out our filter. The filters will plug from the inside out. So even when looking at it from the outside, you may think that your filter is clean. Not necessarily, it is from the inside. So just take it to any garden faucet, any hose, rinse it out. And once it's clean, put it back in. Take our cap, make sure the O-ring is still in place. Screw it back down. Make it nice and tight. And then we'll be back to spraying. So I'll take a few minutes to prime up. The bubbles will work themselves out. If you do see excess bubbles, you can go ahead and turn your regulator up and down a few times to push the bubbles out. There we go. Another thing is, if you see a lot of bubbles in your filter and they will not go away, it usually means you lost your O-ring on your cap and we're sucking air. The pumps will push air before it'll push water, so we need to make sure the O-ring is there to prohibit any air from getting into the system. And after that, you're ready to go spray.